Hey everyone, Corey here, coming at you today. It is Friday, April 4th, and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful sunny spring day, and on day 16 of my spring short walk challenge. Now, I stopped posting my short walk videos, my daily videos on Facebook about a week ago. And I've had a couple people asking if I'm not walking anymore. But I decided that I wasn't going to post the short videos on Facebook anymore. I've got them posted as reels on Instagram, and I've got them posted as shorts on YouTube. So if you're missing a daily walk and talk from me, head over to Instagram or YouTube and check it out over there. It's been well over a week since I did my last long form walk and talk video. So I think this is walk and talk number 11 or something like that, since I started at the beginning of the year. Beautiful afternoon. I am here in Centennial Park in Mission, another beautiful park in the city of Mission. I was at Fraser River Heritage Park yesterday for my short walk, and wasn't sure that I was going to get out for a long form walk and talk today. Lots going on. I thought that my haircut and beard appointment was for 3 o'clock, but it's at 3:30. So I've got a bit of time to get out for a walk. It's been a full week. It has been a full week, and the week started, of course, Yosuke and I spent a couple of nights in downtown Vancouver. We went into the city on Saturday night, and we just like going to the city and eating a bunch of good food and watching people go by and walking around the city. Sunday, we met up with our friends Mark and Bronwyn from the island folk, as they're now referred to. And we checked out a new dim sum place on Denman. And Sunday, I got in over 18,000 steps. So just an average day for my friend Bronwyn. But been getting up around 4,000 to 5,000 steps every day this week. Just haven't had, the longer stretches of time to get out and do the 6,600 steps that my WalkFit app is telling me that I should be doing right now. But I watched some videos, some YouTube stuff yesterday that told me that if you're not doing 6,000 to 12,000 steps a day, you're not doing yourselves any favors. So now that the weather is getting warmer and less wet, I'm going to make an effort starting next week to get out in the mornings for a walk, and then again in the afternoons to see if I can get myself past that 4,000 mark up to the 6,000 or 7,000 mark. Because I know that the app's going to all of a sudden tell me that I need to do 8,000 steps. So working on a plan, but I'm not giving up. Even if I can't do what the WalkFit app tells me, I'm still making a point of getting out every day for a walk. Busy week in the Agri-Fair office. We're so close. We're so close to making some big announcements, and I'm getting really excited. The fair's coming together really good, and for those of you who have been waiting for something different at Agri-Fair, I think this is going to be the year. So stay tuned for that. This is a busy week, busy weekend. Of course, tonight we've got music bingo at the Dudney Pub, raising money for the One Broken Biker organization. They raise money to support motorcyclists who have been injured in accidents, and so that's going to be a cool one. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, is the annual Sasquatch Lions garage sale and auction And the volunteer firefighters from North Fraser Fire Department will be making pancakes from 7 till 9. So I'll be down there at 8 o'clock for pancakes and see what sort of treasures I can spend some money on to support community projects hosted by the Lions. Tomorrow evening, Saturday evening, I'm going to be out doing music bingo for a fundraiser at the Harrison Mills Community Hall. I think this is my third year going out to Harrison Mills, supporting my buddy Director Wardenberg, Mel Wardenberg from Harrison Mills, and that's always a fun evening. So if you're looking for something to do Saturday night, nice drive out to Harrison Mills for some music bingo. I think the doors open at 6, and we'll get started with music bingo shortly after that. Sunday morning is the Heritage to Hatzick Run road race in support of the Mission Hospice Society. So I'm now a board member of the Mission Hospice Society, so I will be out bright and early on Sunday morning in support of that fundraiser, in support of Mission Hospice. Somewhere in all of there, I'm going to make it a priority to start power washing, my annual power washing gig. Lots of green and black surfaces around the property in Desroches. So fire up that power washer this weekend and get out and see if I can get some of that cleaned up. And also going to try and get out on the Goldwing 1100 Goldwing that we've got. Was out on it last weekend for a bit, and with this glorious warm sunny weather, definitely want to try to get out on the bike this weekend. I might just ride it into Heritage for the road race on Sunday morning. Maybe that'll give me my motorcycle fix for the weekend. I did have a topic that came up with Yosuke and I while we were in the city, and something that really bugs me. And bugs me to the point that, somewhere along the way, Yosuke and I might just have to open up a business so that we can try to buck the trend. And the trend is, what's the deal with restaurants, coffee shops, pubs that close the kitchen down like an hour before closing? And not only that, but like an hour and 15 minutes before closing, they start warning people as they come in that the kitchen's going to close. And I just don't understand the thinking around almost discouraging folks from coming into your establishment and ordering food. I'm going to start showing my age here when I start talking about how it was in my day, but I remember back, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and working at different establishments, and we would take customers right up to the time that we were going to close. Of course, we'd let people know that we're closing, but we'd invite them in, let them put their order in, and then let them know that they're welcome to stay while we're cleaning up around them. But what we've been experiencing and what I've been noticing, and it happened to us on Saturday night at a Korean restaurant on Denman Street. And I'm going to say right up front, we were having a phenomenal experience. The service was great, the food was great, the vibe was great, everything was great. But I was noticing, we got in there about an hour and 10 minutes before closing. And the first thing that we were told when we got there was that the all-you-could-eat option wasn't available because they were going to be closing soon. That was fine. We went in, sat down, we ordered, and then I watched and observed as different groups were coming into the restaurant and were promptly being warned that the kitchen was closing soon and that you could come in and sit down and place your order, but you were just given a feeling that you were kind of putting them out a little bit. And even to the point where, like a half an hour before closing, a group, not sure how many were in the group, but a group came in and they promptly turned around and walked out because the staff were so adamant that, we're closing soon. Then, about 5-10 minutes before closing, I noticed that all the staff were standing just outside of the service area in the kitchen, and they were ready to go. They had done all their chores, all their closing tasks were done, and they were literally standing there waiting for us to finish. Well, no, they weren't waiting for us to finish. They were waiting for the clock to hit 9:30, which was closing time, so that they could kick us out and get out. And sure enough, 9:30 on the dot, the lights came on, the music was shut off, and they started clearing our table. So again, it was like a 5-star experience until at the very end, we felt like we were being kicked out. And I understand, having managed pubs and worked in different establishments, that labor costs are a huge factor in the profitability of those businesses. But if you're discouraging people from coming in and ordering, or discouraging people from actually enjoying their time in your establishment, I got to think that that's going to hurt your business more than if you've got, an extra half hour of a couple of staff waiting for your last customers to finish their experience in your establishment. So, I remember, a couple of the places that I worked, we didn't even put a closing time on the sign. We put open from such and such a time until late. And we would literally stay open until, like, hey, if nobody walks into the place for a half an hour, and it's getting on in the night, yeah, shut her down. But if you've got people that still want to come in and enjoy themselves after hours, why wouldn't you stay open? Yosuke did make a comment that all of the staff in that restaurant that we were in, that we noticed this in, it was obvious there was no manager or owner that was part of that staff team that night, and that they were all employees, and they were probably off at 9:30, and that's what their goal was. But that culture comes from the owner, it comes from the manager, and I don't understand it, and I don't like it. So just wondering if you've had the same experience, if you have felt uncomfortable going into an establishment when it's getting close to closing, or if you've been made to feel like you got to get out at closing time because the staff want to go home or do whatever they want to do. And if you've got any insight into that, why that culture has evolved the way it has. When did that start? Was it during the pandemic? We blame everything on the pandemic. Or is it a generational thing? Is it a cost of labor thing? What the heck is it? Because I know that we've noticed, definitely since the pandemic, that everything shuts down real early, or earlier than it did before. And I don't think it's because people don't necessarily want to be out late. I think it's because people aren't being made to feel welcome in those establishments after a certain time. So anyway, that's what's been bugging me this week. If you've got any comments about that, if you've got any thoughts, maybe you agree, get the heck out and let me go home. Maybe you work in an establishment like that and you've got some perspective on that. Maybe you've had a manager or owner tell you that they expect you to be out of there right at closing time. Whew, it's a little bit of a hill there. Anyway, what are we at here? Can't see with my glasses on. Just over 15 minutes, which means it's getting close to time to head down for my 3:30 hair and beard appointment and get ready for the weekend. So anyway, if you watch this video to the end, thank you. And let's use the words closing time in the comments. If you watch this video to the end and you enjoyed it, you can put closing time in the comments to let me know. I really hope that you're going to get out and enjoy this spectacular weekend. It's supposed to be really warm and dry right up until about Sunday afternoon, and then the rain's going to come back, which I'm okay with. But the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, the daffodils are out, the sun is shining. Get out, get some fresh air, get some sunlight on your skin, and enjoy this beautiful, warm, sunny spring weekend. Thanks for coming with me on my walk around Centennial Park. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye for now, everyone. It's closing time.